Well, fuck you, Bizarro Geek, and all your cinema snob bashing in the crossover review. May the gods have mercy on your soul, and may you find eternal rest in the misty land of Niflheim. It's just a parody review.
Yeah, I've got the glasses and the suit jacket and the t-shirt, and I'm not wearing any socks.
Do I really have to cut off my beard? Am I really that committed to this?
Racism is bad, right? So what do you do in order to combat racism? Of course you make a 1982 film about a racist dog. Yeah, that's right, a film from the 80s that reeks of a heartfelt and valiant attempt to make a statement about racism, yet is wrapped up in the ridiculous tendrils of 80s slasher bullshit. Yes, this statement against racism is valid. Yeah, it's quite poignant in its nature versus nurture arguments, but its overall effect? Well, let's take a look, cause it's hard not to laugh at some of its B-movie conventions. This is our charming protagonist, Julie, who, when she's not running down helpless dogs on the road, is a struggling actress. She picks up the wounded dog and rushes him to a veterinary surgery, where despite having just been hit by a car, the dog tries his best to listen in on the conversation. She falls in love with the dog, trying to force the pills into the dog's mouth before doing her best to take some attractive boudoir shots of the dog for her lonely night times. She feigns taking the dog's medicine in order to hit up bad country, and then the dog tries to rape her. No, I'm not kidding, that's what happens. Look. So she goes for a walk with alternate reality unbashed in face Owen Wilson, who urges her to keep the dog as a bodyguard. But she's concerned that entering an ownership relationship with the dog would just disrupt her important acting career. As a result of this, the dog enters a deep depression and watches an old-timey war movie. So he doesn't hear the commotion in the adjoining room, because as it happens, someone's broken into Julie's house and is trying to rape her. She twists his tip and then an ad break quiets the sound of gunfire long enough for the dog to wake up and save Julie. In hot pursuit. Until the police turn up to arrest him. The window gets replaced, and she phones Owen Wilson to talk about her acting career. I'm sorry, but if you're in a film about a racist dog, then you're destined for obscurity. But hilariously, the dog gets into her laundry and starts gnawing on her dirty panties. Ew! Way to be creepy, white dog! But the doggy sees a rabbit and pursues him off into the Hollywood Hills. Julie sets off in hot pursuit but loses him. Do I really have to keep doing this stupid voice? She phones the pound and speaks to a lesbian who tells her to come in around 5 and see if he's been brought in. But wandering around the pound, she sees this man tumble drying a Pomeranian. Never mind that though, because White Dog is getting his first kill. The cigar-smoking road sweeper has no idea of the peril he's in as White Dog jumps in, mauls him, and before the sweeper crashes, zooms off to perform more hate crimes as Captain Cigar plows into a women's clothes shop. Can I please stop doing the voice now? But there's a scratching at the door, and naturally she assumes it's another rapist. But little does she know that it's just a blood-soaked, hate-criming White Dog. And then there's a steamy shower scene. Sounds good, doesn't it? You're wrong. No wonder this dog keeps hitting on her. It's not like she's discouraging him from this behavior, but Owen Wilson comes round to try and raise her spirits by trying to get her jiggy on. Can I please stop doing the voice now? Quite naturally, White Dog cockblocks her before he can become a dejected cuckold. Bad Dog, down! Stop getting in the way of my awkward 80s coke-fueled sex with not Owen Wilson. But fueled on by the scent of sardines lingering in the air, the dog stomps on his balls a bit. Good doggy. Okay, so she's got a role in some obscure gondola-based porno. Why haven't I seen this? But stupidly she's brought White Dog with her. But he's chained up, lucky for this black woman. Oh wait, he's gonna break loose, isn't he? Oh look, he has, and the silly lovable tyke is doing a hate crime. Strangely, no charges are pressed, and everyone thinks that he's just a straight-up impartial attack dog. Owen Wilson urges her to take him to the pound and put on a violent spin cycle. But she says that it's not fair for him to be killed because he's just mentally ill, and so he should be cured. So there's a man fighting a lion in Bartertown, and we get to see the live-action version of Madagascar. April O'Neil gets out of her car and meets this lesbian cowgirl and her lion counterpart seeking the proprietor. Colonel Sanders? She brings the dog in, and he's talking about shit movies. Apparently the enemy is R2-D2.
Problems. That is the enemy.
Here I was thinking this was just a run-of-the-mill anti-racism film about a racist dog. But no, it's an anti-dwarf movie. But when he gets the gist of what she's saying, untraining an attack dog, he says the same thing as Owen Wilson. Then the dog attacks another black man. Billy D. Williams turns up to explain everything.
That ain't no attack dog you got. That's a white dog.
Of course he's a white dog.
I don't mean his color. He's going to attack and kill black people.
That's crazy. I don't believe that.
He explains that it'll take him 5 weeks to untrain the attack dog and turn him into a normal dog. And then he stares down the dog. The love child of the humongous and blaster then fight the white dog in the Thunderdome till he's too tired to attack. So Billy D ungloves and unmasks to start the reconditioning. Keyes tells Julie that he's an unusually powerful attack dog. Come to think of it, White Dog does sound like he could be a superhero. Maybe he could team up with Luke Cage or the Black Panther. Wait, come to think of it, the way this movie's going, I don't think that would be a good idea.
Lee?
Lando puts Julie in a cage to show her how angry the dog gets, removing his muzzle and releasing him. And this is the first of the overused slow-motion tracking profiles on the crazed-looking white dog, who eventually, after attacking Keyes for a bit, allows him to re-cage him with his ungloved hand. It's time for some exposition regarding how to make your own white dog. So, if you're a bigoted racist, get your notepad ready, so you can make your own at home. Originally, these types of attack dog were bred to hunt down escaped slaves, and then picked up to track down and catch black convicts. So now we have the history. How about the actual recipe to make your own white dog?
How did he turn him into a racist dog?
It's simple. Find a black wino who desperately needs a drink, or a black junkie who'll do anything for a fix, and then pay them to beat that dog of yours when he was a puppy.
That's a scene from With Ned and I that I missed.
Planted that seed of fear in him, and that fear became hate, and that hate
Leads to the dark side of the Force. Wait, in the context of this movie, the dark side of the Force takes on a completely different meaning. There's a storm and Keyes seizes the opportunity to bond with the white dog, attempting to feed the dog a hamburger. The following day, Julie also tries to feed him a hamburger and Keyes freaks out.
No one but this color black feeds that dog. No one. He's got to know he's stuck with me.
She naturally storms off and speaks to John Hammond's lisping uncle.
He should have spanked me.
Now that would make a more interesting movie. So White Dog chews through some steel mesh. And he runs off into the night as Keyes comes to investigate, but White Dog has clearly been watching his Vin Diesel movies as he runs across the roof of this lorry and leaps over an electrified fence. Can I please stop doing the voice now? White Dog forages on his own for a while and then, oh no, the poor child's gonna get mauled. Fake out! So White Dog wanders around the set of Malcolm in the Middle for a while until he encounters a black businessman. He goes into a rage and chases him into a church to maul him to death. The blood-soaked dog then looks up at the stained glass in this strangely powerful scene. Satan dog! Luckily, Keyes is driving past and spies the bloody dog leaving the building, but before he can strike, tranks the dog in the face, entering the church and finding the mangled corpse. They then take slightly pink dog back to the rehab center, where Julie then jumps on the fuck the dog bandwagon. Not in that way. And wants him destroyed. Keyes confesses to wanting to kill the dog, but he couldn't do it in the church, and more so, if he cures the dog, then it's going to be a statement against racism, and White Dog would be a weapon against hate.
I want to break you. I'm not through with you yet.
Oh, okay then, Bane. He goes to feed him another hamburger, but he's still hate-crimey. But he calms down and chucks down his Big Mac happy, and the tension is broken. Slightly preemptively, they celebrate their success.
Come on, this Romanian caviar is too good to go to waste.
There's a little bit more exposition here, revealing some of Key's backstory, his parents being academic anthropologists and blah blah. But the tension kicks in again when the local sheriff turns up. But thankfully, he's just here for directions. John Hammond gets stricken by Lost World morality again, and they chat about not letting the information about White Dog and the church murder out. In the long run, what they're doing is gonna help the fight against racism, but fuck! A dude's died.
They won't give a tinker's damn for a dog with a mental problem, they'll just shoot him.
Keyes then flashes White Dog, and he goes a bit mental. Clearly he's not really got a problem with colour, he's just sexually frustrated. But White Dog calms down and quickly realizes, yeah, this guy's my friend, he showed me his nipples, and he's a good dog now. And just for good measure...
My last test, okay? Hey!
It's a success overall, so they need to test him out on a different black man. So Keyes gets a gun just in case he needs to cap that asshole White Dog, and the camera zooms in on his finger. White Dog freaks out a bit, but ultimately he calms down again and accepts his new friend. Relieved, Keyes takes a shot of whiskey. John Hammond thinks that overall the dog is cured, but Keyes says this.
He's still on the razor's edge of a mental breakdown.
But nevertheless, Lando Calrissian calls in Chewie, and he comes for the final test. But an old man with two little girls turns up to claim his dog back. That's right, White Dog. When she realizes that this is the bastard that crafted the racist dog, well, she goes off on one. Seemingly not being able to say anything other than son of a bitch.
You sick son of a bitch! Me! You sick son of a bitch! Go to the police! Go, you son of a bitch! Mine for the son of a bitch you are!
She screams at the kids as well, making the nature versus nurture point about training puppies utterly clear. No subtlety anymore, but then again we are assuming subtlety from a film about a racist dog.
Dog has been cured! Cured by a black man.
No. Why not? Don't kill my family. So yeah, it's time for the climax, the final test. Keyes opens his shirt, beckons on White Dog, who snarls and slow motions it up. Keyes pulls his gun out just in case. It doesn't look like White Dog's going to back down. He snarls, and we cut to Keyes. And then we cut back to a totally calm White Dog. I wonder whether this is going to become an overused premise. Success! Wait, no, look, now he's running in slow motion at Julie. Wait, snarly face, cut to Julie, cut back to calm White Dog. Brilliant. So they are just gonna recycle this fake out. I can see where this is going. Oh, so White Dog's going after John Hammond now, cause he looks slightly like racist grandpa. Yeah, I've totally got this down now. It's clearly another fake out. Wait, whoa, what the fuck? But doesn't cut back to a calm White Dog. It's time for Keyes to finally shoot him. Keyes and Julie pull the dead dog off of John Hammond. But look, the dog's not dead. This dog is a terrible actor! And rather unceremoniously, they leave dead dog on the hot sands of the Thunderdome. But yeah, that's the Thunderdome for you. The end. Well, that was the most vicious episode of The Planet's Funniest Animals. Regardless, this film is a strange one, a mixed bag of genuine message and laughable ridiculousness. The message is a valid and a serious one, but a racist dog? Yes, it's a real thing, but at the same time, it's a film about a racist dog. That's a laughable notion. The nature versus nurture stuff is there, and it's interesting. The talk of conditioning in relation to racism is novel and thought-provoking enough. But when you're talking about a film which contains a sequence where a racist dog jumps into a road sweeper and premeditatedly kills a black man just because he's black, and then jumps out just in time so that he avoids crashing into a women's jumper shop, well, that's borderline farce. It's an enjoyable film because of its slight B-movie charms, and it is thought-provoking, but overall, it's a lot funnier than I thought provoking, which kind of undermines the point of it. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to take off these fucking glasses and get changed back into my normal clothes and stop doing this shitty impression of Brad Jones. Although, I do have a strange compulsion to watch Cannibal Holocaust.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free.
Dog has been cured! Cured by a black man.
Could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Racism is bad, right? So what do you do in order to combat racism? Of course you make a 1982 film about a racist dog. Yeah, that's right, a film from the 80s that reeks of a heartfelt and valiant attempt to make a statement about racism, yet is wrapped up in the ridiculous tendrils of 80s slasher bullshit. Yes, this statement against racism is valid. Yeah, it's quite poignant in its nature versus nurture arguments, but its overall effect? Well, let's take a look, because it's hard not to laugh at some of its B-movie conventions. This is our
Socks? Do I really have to cut off my beard? Am I really that committed to this?
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing.
Well, fuck you, Bizarro Geek, and all your cinema snob bashing in the crossover review. May the gods have mercy on your soul, and may you find eternal rest in the misty land of Niflheim. It's just a parody review.
Yeah, I've got the glasses and the suit jacket and the t-shirt, and I'm not wearing any charming protagonist Julie, who, when she's not running down helpless dogs on the road, is a struggling actress. She picks up the wounded dog and rushes him to a veterinary surgery, where despite having just been hit by a car, the dog tries his best to listen in on the conversation. She falls in love with the dog, trying to force the pills into the dog's mouth before doing her best to take some attraction